Greetings, Jelly Spoons. Welcome back to another Monday Madness. As you can tell, things are slightly different because I am doing a lot of things and yeah, things are being painted and decorated and moved around, and so yeah, my usual setup is just So I asked some of my wonderful people on Discord if they would give me some keywords so that I could do something that would involve less filming for this Monday Madness. I did some of this before on TikTok and it was pretty fun, so I decided that I would make up a story from a random picture. And so the words that I asked the wonderful people on my Discord, hello if you're watching, the words I asked the wonderful people on my Discord to give me have been shuffled together and put into various different search places like Pinterest and Google, that kind of thing, and I have scrolled and found random pictures. So without further ado, here are the pictures that these random words generated and the stories that I have created for you guys to listen to based on these random pictures. Alrighty, so starting off strong with this one, 3 different characters. Alright, let's make them a story. Now, I did not look into this art. I looked up who did it and what it was called, and that is it. So I do not know anything about who these characters are supposed to be or anything like that. I am just making up my own shit off the top of my head. So, going from left to right, let's start. Also, low-key, I just really want to be this person on the left. You know what I'm immediately getting from this person is they, them pronouns, just straight off the bat, but also, like, kind of Bill Weasley vibes as well, which is probably why I like them. So they, them pronouns for this character, and that hair, that bright red hair, I'm gonna make the decision that that is not dyed. This is all natural, flaming red hair. They've been growing it out for a long time, and their ambition is to have it down to their waist. I feel like they have spent at least one Christmas and one summer holiday working as a barista. If they ever talk about working as a barista, they claim it was just so boring and the worst job of their lives, but they did learn how to make a killer mocha frappe latte chippy, whatever you want to say, and this person also has a secret, desperate hankering for spiced pumpkin lattes. The leather pants that they're currently wearing were a hand-me-down gift from their favourite uncle. This uncle was the first person in their family to correctly refer to them by their they-them pronouns and insist that the rest of the family do so. Their current relationship with the rest of their family is actually good. Once they got past the whole getting used to the pronouns thing, actually everyone was pretty fine. They call their grandma once every month and they speak to their mum about twice a week. The t-shirt they're currently wearing was a Christmas present from their father. Personality-wise, I'm getting very strong sort of scary dog privileges in appearance, but actually personality-wise, this person is very, very chill. They love watching chick flicks and trash TV, they will happily sit around painting nails and talking about whatever, but they'll also go out to a concert and mosh for about 17 hours straight without getting a headache. Their favourite band is Disturbed, but secretly their other favourite band is McFly. Their celebrity crushes are Tom Felton, Harry Styles, and Pamela Anderson. Their worst habit is that they constantly chew their nails. They're trying to get over this by wearing that special nail varnish which tastes awful, but it's not going very well so far. They're currently working through the second year of their degree in child psychology. They want to be a child psychologist and help out as many kids as they possibly can. And continuing from left to right, we're going for the middle one now. Pronouns-wise to begin with then, I am getting really interesting vibes from this one actually. So I have decided this person is gender fluid, so their pronouns are pretty much any and all. Their 2 favourite fictional characters are Narcissa Malfoy and Rogue from the X-Men. And they just recently achieved their dream of dyeing their hair to look very similar to both of those characters. The dress and gloves that they're currently wearing were the first items they bought with their first ever paycheck from their first ever job. This was a real moment of celebration for them because growing up, their family were quite wealthy. However, as they approached teenage years, the family's money started to dwindle and they started to realize that they were going to have to change a lot of things about their lifestyle. They ended up having to apply for scholarships and grants to go to university. Luckily they got them, but once there they realised they'd also have to get a job. Their first job ever was cleaning toilets, and this is the outfit they bought when they earned their first paycheck after they've paid for all of their bills. They are currently dating at least 5 people, all of whom know about each other. Their favourite subject to study in school was history. They've always been fascinated by the ancient world, and now they are doing a degree in fine arts, specifying in fine art from the ancient world. They're not entirely sure what they want to be career-wise, all they know is that they'd love to do something involving ancient artifacts and artwork. When they're not at work or studying, this character can be found holed up in their uni bedroom, working on replica works of art. The work they're currently trying to replicate is the Mona Lisa. They've done several of Van Gogh's paintings and Picasso's. One of the most exciting things to happen in this character's life so far happened about 3 months ago. A very famous art gallery in another country headhunted them specifically and asked if they would be willing to be flown over to help restore a very old and faded work of art. They did so and were paid amazingly well. This might end up being a career prospect for them as well. One of their worst habits is forgetting that they have started microwaving something. The item will then sit there in the microwave until somebody else opens the door later. Oh, and for some reason their favourite animal is a chinchilla. And finishing off from right to left, we've got the person standing on the right. This character is fairly loose with their pronouns as well, I think, but mainly goes for she or they. I feel like this character has maybe a mother from India and a father from Britain, something like that. She's definitely grown up being able to speak at least 2 languages. She has naturally very dark hair, which she doesn't want to bleach to dye it, so instead she uses very bright, bold colours which give it a sort of hue, like an oil spill over the top. She firmly believes that no outfit is complete without a choker necklace, which ironically is how she became friends with the other 2, because they agreed. She currently works part-time in a skateboard shop. She spends most of her hours repairing skateboards that come in, but she also does custom detailing work as well, where she gets to carve in messages and pictures and paint over them. Her entire outfit, including her socks and jewellery, has all come from thrift stores. She is currently studying to be a chemist or pharmacist. She got really interested in this subject because this character has spent a lot of their life dealing with their own medical condition. It's not too severe, whatever it is, but they do have to take pills and things for it. And they became fascinated with just how medicine works and how advances are made, and they really want to help in some way. So they decided to go into that area of chemistry, pharmacy, and science so that they could learn as much as they can and potentially help other people. She arrives early to every single class. She hands in all of her work on time, often helps out the lecturers with extra things, and she is captain of the hockey team. Her worst habit is that she can never find enough bookmarks, so she folds down and dog-ears the corners of pages. These 3 are the best of friends. They met because when they first started uni, they were all put into the same hall, and as they moved on into their second year, they requested to be put in the same hall once again. For their 3rd and final year, they're planning on getting a house share all together. Their favourite thing to do when they've all got time off together is order in a takeaway, eat loads of junk food, and watch talent shows on the TV. Alrighty then, jelly spoons. Now before I move on to the next picture and the next story I'm going to make up, can you guys help me out and give these 3 characters a name each, please? So chuck your ideas down in the comments below. What names do you think each of these 3 characters would have? Also, if you've got any different backstories that you think would suit each of them, let me know. And if you know who they're actually supposed to be, you can let me know that as well down in the comments below. Alright, on to the next one. Okay, so I found this picture because one of the words I was told to use was glass. So I put in glass and basically scrolled until I found a window with a picture in it. This was one of the first ones I found, and yeah, now let's make it into a story. Once again, I'm not going to give these characters names, so if you want to chuck your suggestions down in the comments below, tell me what you think their stories are, but more importantly, what do you reckon their names are? Now, overall, my immediate reaction was that this picture is of 2 very happy lesbians. They have been together for about 10 years unofficially, sort of from being teenagers to when they moved out as roommates when they were getting older, and now they are officially out proud and a very happy couple. I'm actually going to say this picture is from the day they got engaged. Now, the person on the left in the green who uses she/they pronouns, they are the one who actually proposed. This took everyone by surprise because they are the one who's always claimed that marriage is just a piece of paper and why would you need that to prove your love? And actually, they came round to the idea and really desperately want to marry their girlfriend. Well, now fiancé. Sticking with my left to right theme, I'm going to go with this person on the left first. So this person using she/they pronouns, their favourite colours are dark, rich emerald green and bright neon yellow. Now they can find loads of green clothes to wear and they usually wear green robes like this one, but yellow is a much more difficult colour in this time period to make and to get. I have decided totally historically accurately, I don't know. But in this story it is. Yellow is very difficult to make and to get. So those wonderful bright yellow shoes that they are wearing are actually a gift, a very special birthday gift from their now fiancé. Each of them sort of looks like they're wearing a crown or tiara, so I have decided this means that they must be royal. Yes, indeed, this pair of lovebirds are both descendants of two separate royal families. Now, it's not a Romeo and Juliet situation. These royal families definitely get along. They might even be of sort of neighbouring countries. And the reason these two have known each other for as long as they did, in fact, perhaps into early childhood, they probably grew up together, in fact. And that's because their families got along so well that they would spend a lot of time together. Maybe they summered at each other's, I was about to say holiday homes, I guess I mean castles, but you know, they definitely grew up around each other at lots of functions and high society events and, you know, in many a palace. However, these two are sort of reclusive hobbits by nature. They really want to go and live in a rather large manor house, but not a palace, somewhere deep in the countryside. Now, this lady on the left, she is bubbly and bright and absolutely delightful to everyone who meets her. Both of these women are absolutely wonderful, but this woman in particular is so bright, everyone calls her Sunshine. She is incredibly skilled at needlework and loves creating clothes for her many nieces and nephews. She's also a very skilled musician, playing the piano and the harp. She owns 16 horses, all of whom she helped to train. But her ultimate ambitions are to have a huge farm with pigs and sheep and goats and cows, and a beautiful flower garden as well. The lady in the green has always liked to read and to learn, research and to draw. One of her major long-term hobbies is actually looking at the architectural sketches and designs for houses and castles and buildings. She hopes to one day be able to design them a house all of their own. She is very learned, very well read, and is now coming into her own in a very successful career as an architectural designer. However, she's not very hands-on. She likes to design things and have ideas, but she would rather manage and watch other people construct and put something together than actually do that kind of work herself. The lady on the right, however, her fiancé, is very hands-on, particularly with animals. She loves digging in deep, lifting the skirts up and getting grubby. She enjoys walks in the rain, has waded through many muddy puddles and completely ruined several outfits. She has been known to scale the sides of buildings using only windows and drain pipes just so that she can trim the ivy bush which is growing a little too tall at the top. All in all, these two make the perfect pair and are set to have a wonderful life in the country together. And now, my jelly spoons, if you would be so kind, would you give these two wonderful ladies some names? Pop your suggestions, thoughts and ideas down in the comments below. And now I'll get on with my very last picture and story. The prompt I used to find this image was bugs. And I really love this picture, so I'm gonna make a whole ass story out of it. Alright, here we go. This guy is named Sandy, and he is a green bug who is living his best life. He lives with a very large collection of bugs, and his job is to lead them all to fresh water. Sandy is particularly good at this job because he has unusually large antennae, which somehow allow him to detect water a lot easier and faster and from a much further away distance than many other bugs. While Sandy absolutely loves spending time with all of his friends and family and moving around in their big group of bugs, his secret ambition ever since he was a tiny baby bug has always been to leave that life and go and live on the river as one of the river bugs. He drifts off to sleep each night, picturing himself resting on a leaf, drifting along on a peaceful stream, admiring the stars. He has a sweet singing voice, and is very good at knocking out a few tunes on blades of grass, which are played a little bit like violins. There are several groups of travelling insect bands and musicians. Most of them live and work on the river, and that is where Sandy would like to end up. Whilst being a fabulous musician and very determined, Sandy is also quite funny. He loves cracking jokes with all of the other bugs, often playing pranks on some of the older ones. And he gets on very well with all of his cousins, 3 of whom he is now training up to be good water searchers, so that one day they may act in his stead, and he can finally go on and take his retirement out by the river. Thank you for watching, my wonderful jelly spoons. If you can support me via Patreon or Ko-fi, then please do so. I'll chuck all the links down below. I've also got my commissions open once again. If you would like a personalized message from Mollymauk, Kingsley, Lucien, Peter Pan, Puck from A Midsummer Night's Dream, any of those characters, then you can hit me up on my Ko-fi page. Commissions are back open again. Thank you for watching this video, my wonderful jelly spoons. I'll be back next week. Ta-ta!